I want you to pay attention to this one. Pay close attention to this one. Still on Mohbad. Still on Mohbad. You will be listening to certain things about Mohbad that you don't know. Mystery about Mohbad. And maybe you might be able to add one and one together. And the justice that we are talking about. And of course, how a RIP, the mystery surrounding his RIP, who Mohbad was and who he became. What happened? Is there something sinister? Is there something bigger than what we are looking at? And maybe this will help you look inwards into your own life whilst talking about justice for Mohbad. What about your life? Is there something that you need to pay attention to? You'll be listening to a renowned prophet, Prophet Adebayo. And he had a talk with a blogger called Asabe African TV. He has been doing marvelous work when it comes to getting some deep insight. We've done several analyses about some videos of his trying to expose wickedness, trying to shine light in the dark. So he has done excellent work when it comes to our society, our life, both the physical and spiritual. He had this talk with Prophet Adebayo. What he said will shock you. What he said will blow your mind. That is why I want you to pay attention from the beginning of this video till the end of it. Listen, and as we do, we are going to analyze, we will break it down, and you'll also be hearing some commentary from a woman who has been on this matter too. She's called Kudi. She has been on this matter for a while. You'll be hearing a lot of very deep things, and we will begin to, look at some of the things that people are not saying. Before proceed, like and share this video. Tap on the thanks button. Tap on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Let's get right into it.
Kò sí ẹbọ tí wọ́n lè rú, kò dẹ̀ sí àdúrà tí wọ́n lè gbà, kò sí wòlíì tí wọ́n lè bẹ̀ tí Ọlọ́run lè gbọ́. Kò sí ẹbọ tí wọ́n lè rú, kò dẹ̀ sí àdúrà tí wọ́n lè gbà, kò sí wòlíì tí wọ́n lè bẹ̀.
No, they didn't meet anybody at all. So I hope everyone no, they didn't, but they scattered them away with many things. She said maybe they emptied the house. I'm just thinking in my head, it's scary, I have to take my daughter down. Okay, let me just play this fast.
Tí Ọlọ́run lè gbọ́. Ṣé àwọn tó ṣiṣẹ́ ọmọ yìí ẹ máa tó gbọ́ ikú wọn láìpẹ́. Àwọn tó fa ikú ẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, torí ìṣẹ̀dá ọmọ yẹn, ìṣẹ̀dá ọmọ tí wọ́n ń sọ yìí, Mohbad, ìkan nínú àwọn àgbà ọ̀run ni. Jesus. Ìkan nínú àwọn àgbà ọ̀run tó sì ní ọ̀pá ọ̀run lọ́wọ́, tó ní ìjìnlẹ̀ ọ̀run lọ́wọ́ ni ọmọ yìí. Ni ọmọ yìí tá à ń sọ yìí. Kò sí bọ́n ṣe lè ṣe bú ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ yẹn. Àwọn tó ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn wọ́n máa kọjá lọ lórílẹ̀ ayé. Wọ́n kọjá lọ lójijì. Wọ́n máa kọjá lọ. Ẹ máa gbọ́ ẹ̀sìn wọn. Kan tó even though gan nínú wọn gan kan tó kú, ọmọ máa kú síwájú wọn. Jesus. Kan kọ sílẹ̀. Nínú wọn kí wọ́n tó kú, ọmọ máa kú síwájú wọn. Ìfà nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ yìí, ó ti ń ṣẹ́ẹ̀kì because mi ò rò pé rílì wọ́n ní ó máa ṣe o, àwọn ọlọ́pàá táṣìírí bí Mohbad ṣe ṣàgbákò ikú rẹ̀ gangan làwọn olólùfẹ́ rẹ̀ bá láwọn kò gbà. Ìsín ìyá nọ́ọ̀sì ló ń parọ́ mọ́, ìyá nọ́ọ̀sì ló ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ sí pé òun ọmọ nǹkan ló pa o. Ẹrù ìyá nọ́ọ̀sì ni. Iṣẹ́ rí gbogbo ilé ìtọ́mọ ṣe yẹ kò tí ì sí òtítọ́. Kò tí ì sí òtítọ́ ń bẹ o, èmi ò tiẹ̀ wò, mi ò mọ̀. Ó tọ́lọ́run bẹ́ẹ̀ mi sọ. Lèmi sọ kò tí ì sí òtítọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ rí àwọn áńgẹ́lì àtògùn Ọlọ́run tá a yàn tí ọmọ yìí ó ti kó ṣẹ́kẹ́ṣẹkẹ̀ sí àwọn tó lò gangan. Kọ́ kàn gbọ́ tí mo fẹ́ sọ yìí. Gbogbo àgbáyé, gbogbo ọmọlẹ̀ Yorùbá, gbogbo orígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin Nàìjíríà, gbogbo orígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin Áfíríkà kí wọ́n gbọ́ ohun tí mò ń sọ yìí. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ ọmọ ìpátá ló máa kú. Kọ́kọ́lẹ̀. Bàbá rẹ̀ àti ìyá rẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ pé ògo ńlá ló tara wọn kú yìí. Ìyá àti bàbá kò sí owó tán lè dá fún yín. Olúwa ló bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ yín. Kíkíní ìdẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lÓlúwa ti sọ fún mi wípé àwọn musician ní Olúwa ti sọ fún mi pé àwọn musician kí wọ́n gbàdúrà. Ṣé ẹ̀rọ ọmọ yẹn wòlíì Ọlọ́run, wòlíì Olódùmarè ni, ìjìnlẹ̀ Ọlọ́run ń bẹ ní ara rẹ̀. Ibi tó yẹ kó gbà wá kọ́ ló gbà wá, bẹ̀tà fi ṣàánú ìyá ẹ̀ gan ò ṣàánú ọmọ yẹn. Bàbá rẹ̀ á fi ṣàánú bàbá ẹ̀, bẹ̀tà bàbá ẹ̀ gan ò ṣàánú ọmọ yẹn. Pé wọ́n ṣàánú ara wọn, wọ́n dẹ̀ ti gbọ́ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ ọmọ yìí kí wọ́n tó bí. Ìbá jẹ́ pé wọ́n ṣàánú ara wọn, ọmọ yìí ìbá máa ń rìn. Torí mo lè sọ pé bàbá àti ìyá rẹ̀ ló ṣí ilẹ̀kùn ayé fún tọmọ fi wọ inú ayé táyé fèrè mú.
Sàbẹ̀ṣe sọ ní Sunday tẹ́ ọkọ sọ ẹ̀yìn ni wòlíì tó ọkọ sọ Nàìjíríà pé prophet lọmọ yìí o nígbà táwọn yóò ti gbàgbọ́. That was on the 17th kọ́lé wọ́n ti sọ yẹn. Ó kú ní on the 12th September. Ẹ sọ ní Sunday 17 pé wòlíì ní pé Ọlọ́run dẹ́ ló máa gbẹ̀san pé kò sí bọ́n ṣe lè bó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ tán sáà the following Friday làwọn senator Abo àti àwọn Àràlọ́lá àti Ìyábọ̀ Òjó náà lọ kí ìyá ẹ̀ ní estate yẹn níbi mobile mẹ́ẹ̀ ní ìsàdàjà nìyá ẹ̀ wọ́n grant fún ìtàbí pé àwọn wọ́n lè ti sọ fún nígbà tó ń bí wọ́n tó bí wọ́n ti fún òní mẹ́sẹ̀ pé wòlíì ni ìpè but bó ṣe wá rí ìṣòro dàgbàdà pé ìjì ayé ló gbé ìyá ẹ̀ kúrò lọ́dọ̀ bàbá yẹn pé ìjì yẹn ló wá mi bàbá yẹn lògbòlògbò sàtí ọmọ yẹn fi wáyé because at the age of 27 orí ẹ̀ nǹkan tó ń compose yẹn ó dàbí ìgbà tó wá pé èèyàn 45 years 50 ló ń compose yẹn.
Ṣé ẹ rí èjì ò tí ì já bàbá ẹ̀, èjì ò tí ì já yẹn.
Bàbá yẹn náà ń kọrin ẹ̀mí sà.
Bàbá
wọ́n dẹ̀ ní wòlíì ni sà.
Bàbá ti sọnù tó bá jẹ́ wòlíì. Bíbélì wípé fi ọ̀nà rẹ lé Olúwa lọ́wọ́.
But Baba Mohbad and Ìyá Mohbad, tí Mohbad ti ṣẹlẹ̀ o, Mohbad ti lọ o, tèmi wà lára mi, ṣé mọ̀ pé èmi náà láwọn ọmọ tèmi. Ọ̀rọ̀ àdúrà òun ni máa yẹn sọ fún wọn. Àwọn ẹ̀mí lè má lè lájà fún wọn. Ọ̀rọ̀ àdúrà pé ọjọ́ alẹ́ wọn kẹ́kún wọn má bàa pọ̀ sí. Kí wọ́n múra sí ọ̀rọ̀ àdúrà sìn. Kí wọ́n má bàa sunkún. Ẹ mọ̀ pé Mohbad's case has happened, it has happened. There's nothing they can do about it because they said the man is trying to elaborate, to explain to us that his father knew what he was going to amount to in future. The father told them, please, this child is not about education. It's about Ilano. What I will not be able or I cannot conclude or finish on earth, this man is going to be the one to conclude it. Therefore, he wanted him to go in the way of the Lord. They asked him, what about Baba Mohbad? He said, Baba Mohbad has missed it. He did not put the boy the right way. Especially because there was already a prophecy. In fact, Mama Mohbad also, definitely you will know one thing, that Mohbad left home very early. At that point, when he's able to bring money home, because the father doesn't have, he will probably just find it okay. And obviously, no mommy around. He said the mother, the grandmother took him, handed him over to his grandmother or something like that. So the grandmother brought him up, sent him to missionary school. Do you get what I mean? So a lot of things we all know already, that of course there's so much question mark on the parents, especially the mom. The father had his own church coming, but because he didn't have money, then when the son went and said being with Naira Marley, then he couldn't control it, because that was where definitely our son Mohbad missed it, having to join Naira Marley then. Do you understand? Because he sang it in his song. He said when he got to school, his father got stripped money, sent him to school. He now went and started doing Yahoo. Definitely started doing drugs. Do you get what I mean? From there, he went and started being with these people. Naira Marley then. Obviously, they started taking drugs, started peddling drugs with Wunmi. All of them started living rough life. Do you get? That was the part that the message he gave, pé bàbá àti ìyá ó ṣe púpọ̀ nù ẹ̀, àwọn gangan ló tì sáyé. Do you get? Àwọn gangan ló tì ọmọ yẹn sáyé. Àti bàbá àti ìyá, they are the ones that pushed that boy into the world, because they were not able to sustain the home, and the boy he moved out of the house. Stepmother too doesn't care. Do you get it? So those are the things that man is saying. He said before they said after Mohbad died, he is talked on the 17th and said that person that died is not just anyhow person. No.
Welcome back. Mohbad's mom said it, that she was told by Mohbad's relative, dad's relative, a seer or prophetess in a white garment church, a spiritual church, that Mohbad has a special grace on him to lift their family out of penury. One, to break boundaries, barrier that Mohbad's father, mother, barriers that some of their ancestors could not break. Because when I look back, in fact, you don't even need to look back. You already know that Mohbad's father's father probably lived in the village somewhere, is broke. And from what we could glean here and there, Mohbad's father had to drop out of school at Form 1, Junior Secondary School 1, because his father could not continue. Now, some might say, oh, back then, education is free, or maybe free to a point, to an extent. Sending your kids to school requires some other responsibilities, such as textbooks and all of that. So if you are poor and you cannot pay for this, you can't send your kids to school to write on their palms. Is it possible? No. So his father had to drop out of school. When you go through or experience poverty to a particular point, and one way or the other, your daughter comes home with some bling bling, you will be first as a father to say, hey, hold on a second, where did you get this from? But that sharp response, that sharp, very sharp response will not be there if poverty has eaten deep inside of you. You might just talk a little bit, not firm, just weak, like, where did you get this one from? Okay, because if you talk too much, that child will run away from you or challenge you and say to you, what has poverty done for you? I'm out there trying to make ends meet. You are now looking at the moral part of it. If I'm doing this, being a runs girl or not, how do you know? Things like this often happen. It is sad. It is sad. Now, let's go back to the prophecy. You heard from Prophet Adebayo. For those who are international audience who do not, I'm going to translate, and that's what I'm doing. He said earlier, he got revelation that certain things were going to happen to some artists, music artists in Nigeria, and here we are today. So when he looked into the realm of the spirit, when he looked in, he realized that Mohbad was not just an ordinary child that just passed away, that Mohbad had a calling on him. This takes me back to what his mom said, that Mohbad had a calling, that oftentimes he would tell Mohbad, this one that you're doing, you still have a calling. And I remember what his father said, that the piece of land that he had to fight to get documents off from the wicked widow's mom, Wumi's mother. He told Mohbad, listen, this land will be used to build a church. Don't forget, you have a calling on you. You have a calling on you. So we'll be using this one for church. Probably the church that Mohbad will eventually come to minister or to. So Mohbad got out there doing what he does, singing to make ends meet. He had to join what the Malians were doing. If they consume art substance, if they are going to sell, whatever it is that they do, he needs to make ends meet too. Moreover, you cannot just live in the Malian house without doing something, isn't it? Apart from singing. So that is the street. Now, Mohbad's father said the first time he saw 300,000 naira, Mohbad was the one that brought it. And he was like, hold on a second. Where did you get this money from? Please take it back. Where did you get it from? Mohbad said, Dad, we had a competition, singing competition. I won. And he's like, which competition? Where did they give you 300,000? If Mohbad had showed his father a video of that competition, maybe. But Mohbad didn't say nothing more. Mohbad came home, changed the television, bought a different one, changed the couch. This is what he did. Like, if you're not going to take this cash that I've brought home, being that both of us have hustled and suffered with this carpentry job. You know, there are those who do carpentry job and they get people calling them to work. There are those that know how to do this job, but they don't get no one to. So there is a kind of battle that a lot of people are facing even right now as I speak. For them to get out of it is difficult. No helper. You see, no helper, nothing. And we live in a continent or in a country where things that you are not supposed to pray about, you have to. Because the government has robbed you dry, robbed you empty. Now, here we are. Mohbad's mom kept repeating, they told me when I gave birth to him, when I was pregnant, that this one, I should take care of him, that he's going to wipe my tears away, he's going to help me, he's going to financially upgrade me. This is all that Mohbad's mom was interested in. And here we are today. She got a lot of money sitting in her bank account, but with the loss of that young man. If she looked back, sat back and looked inwards, probably now she would have looked at it like, hold on a second. I hope the end of this boy, the RIP of this boy, will not result to something else happening to our life. Now, some people have said that there is a possibility. Although God is always merciful, that's why DNA is being requested to ascertain if that boy, Liam, is Mohbad's own. And if it's not Mohbad's own, it will make it clearer to those who are doubting Thomases, to those who do not believe that Mohbad could be the only light that will shine in that family, maybe for the next 100 years or 50. Only God knows. Maybe they will never see. Because Mohbad's younger brother, Adura, that one is a common thief all over the street. In Ikorodu, they say they know him there. That he goes around breaking into people's houses and doing these things. This came from Prime Boy's mom, that there was a time that she had to put herself at risk just to save that boy from being lynched. And jungle justice being meted on him. So, who knows? There are a lot. And Mohbad's father goes to church. He belongs to this spiritual church. But, it is only he or she whose prayer is answered that will say, yes, I know how to pray, or my life is soft. You might be so prayerful praying it and you're not getting your result, or the results are not coming as quick as you want it. People will look at you like you are not prayerful enough. You are not holy enough. Because if I look at Mohbad's father and the way he speaks, the way he presents himself and many other things, aside battling with some issues in his life, such as having a wife to settle with, and it's the same thing that I saw repeated in the life of Mohbad. Mohbad also could not get a woman that is loyal. Look at Mohbad's father. If Mohbad's father had gotten a little bit of cash, maybe he himself would not be alive. Maybe one woman would have kicked him, and that's the end of it. Look at Mohbad's mom. Even at the come on, man. Come on, woman. She cannot do nothing than to just appeal to people that, please, oh, let's go and settle by putting the boy under the soil. Please, oh, let's go and put the boy under the soil. I'm like, because she has collected money. She's no longer seeking for justice anymore. Naira Marley was not important anymore. She got the money that she wants. With this, she knows that her life is going to be soft. Obviously, she's not going to be with Mohbad's father again. She's now a rich woman. She will conclude inside of her like, at the end of the day, even though the prophecy, they said we should take care of him, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, we should do this, we should make sure this and that. At the end of this, there is one prophecy that came through. They said he's going to have mercy on me, even at RIP. I'm still able to get money in my account. And there are other streaming, money coming from his music stream platform. I've gotten that one. His father did not get nothing. Well, what Prophet Adebayo is saying is that Mohbad's father and mother should not just look at this RIP as the end. There are terrible things that might happen after this one. Terrible things. They should look back, look inwards. Mama Mohbad, I'm sorry for you. I don't know what you believe in. I don't know if you are diabolic. I don't know if you believe in God. I don't know if you're also white garment or whatever. It's time for you to look inwards and begin to see what and what to do and how to strengthen the pathway that somehow, I don't know if it is the devil or demons or you guys allowed it yourself to crack you and Mohbad's father, open the doorway to what eventually took him out of you people's life. As you can see, look at Mohbad's family. Look at his mom's family. Is there anyone successful there? No, only Mohbad. Drop your comment. What do you think? Like and share. See you in the next update.